Well, typically we usually have a slower roll in on Thursday nights because it's at the end of the day for you, so people are wrapping up the day and getting on here. So I'll hit the record button now. We'll get started. I want to start thinking around the mindset. And this is a question posed to me today: is how do we make a professional appearance in a digital age? Are we instantly disqualifying ourselves the moment we start a Zoom call or have some kind of virtual appointment? Or are we setting ourselves above? Think about that. Are we instantly disqualifying ourselves when we show up to a meeting or an appointment or have some kind of candor with an employee?
I do a lot of virtual
Doesn't it
courses.
show?
I have to be ready.
Yep. You have to be ready. What do you mean by be ready?
So I get up like I'm going to the office. Full. I got the makeup, the hair, the blouse. Everything has to be the name tag. Everything just as if I'm going to the office to meet somebody. Because I'm probably going to meet somebody on the virtual tour. So first impressions are everything.
So just because we're not meeting in person doesn't matter having a first impression.
Correct. I think having the option of, if they're still uncomfortable meeting face-to-face, being able to provide the virtual meeting is important.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are still going to be more comfortable face-to-face, and as long as we can provide that safely and give them options, I think that's the most professional thing we can do for our clients.
So what you're bringing out is that, am I right? I'm gonna write this down. I love taking notes on these calls. That one element is we definitely give them the option, if that's something they want to look into, is doing a virtual, or give the option of having a safe space where they can have a more formal in-person meeting.
Correct.
How do you facilitate that?
I would start with a conversation with the client on what they're comfortable with. And if they do want to meet face to face, discussing with them a safe place at the office with disinfectant, masks, so on and so forth. If I'm meeting them at their home for a listing presentation, for instance, making sure that I'm respectful of distancing, mask wearing, hand sanitizer, all of those things.
Absolutely. So being reticent of the situation that we're being a part of and helping navigate that. I love that. So good to have options. I definitely believe that we are not stuck in a digital sense. We are not stuck in a place where we can't have personal interaction, where we can't have face-to-face. What we are is we are in an environment that is hyper focused on the safety and security of others. So how do we get somebody to trust you in this environment?
I think having that conversation up front with what they're comfortable with is going to give them a sense that we have awareness to the sensitivity of what they're comfortable with, and that just starts out a trust relationship.
Understood. Now, what are some elements that we use in person that we can use versus in a Zoom-based environment? Can't hear you, Steph.
Hey, I was just gonna say that's a great question. What are some elements that we use in person that are good for the for technology? And you know, I'm brand new, but I have been using you know, my strengths and everything that I have in person for the last few months. You know, since we've been so digitally based. You know, but just talking to people. I'm sure you guys are all like, yeah, that's right. But like, not everybody does that. So talking to people, checking in with them. And so what are some other things? But just, I mean, being present in the moment. I just turned off the movie I was watching because you guys are all here and like 6 o'clock rolls around and this is where my attention should be. So I thought, you know what? I'm sure there's some good stuff here. So I'm just going to exchange that, knowledge and give you the respect. So you can tell if someone's like actually listening or if they're actually not listening. And so we can work on that. And just to wrap like this into something else, it's just kind of cool that now with all these Zoom meetings and stuff like that, everybody else is kind of having to come up to the digital age. We can be grateful that, if we've been doing that a lot recently, that a lot of other people are saying, oh, okay, did in my life, did Zoom Bible studies, Zoom story times, like everything. Like I'm trying to reach out with different kind of Zoom things because I see Big Dan doing it. Yay. And we were on this Bold, which was like 40,000 people. So that inspired me. I'm like, I can grab a few people together and we can have whatever. Anyways, okay, I'm going to zip it. But what do you guys think? Are you really using your strengths in the digital age?
Don't be shy, guys.
Yeah. Susan?
A lot of great stuff. One thing I think you guys took away from that, if anything on this call gets translated to any agent that watches this video, it's the one thing: be present. How easy is it to you to be distracted during a Zoom call that you would not be distracted during a face-to-face meeting? Right? Like in this situation, Ezra, her son, I happen to know, is high energy and very mommy love. So that distraction point wouldn't be there during a normal appointment. So it's something that we have to, fend off in a new age digital aspect, because we're not dealing with that now. Well, just on Wednesday during the team huddle, the all partners meeting, my son came in and climbed up on my lap. We just have to move on through it. But I think the number one thing that I took away from what Stephanie was saying is be present. You can tell when somebody's like, I can listen to you, I can hear you, but am I engaged? Believe it or not, I do a lot of these. I can tell when you're not engaged. And that's probably why you get called out on things.
Is that why you call me out? Because I'm on my cell phone trying to do business while I'm talking on the 8 o'clock call, right?
Yep.
Do it.
I mean, I'm distracted right now because Laura's got a beautiful picture. If you guys don't have the gallery view up on your thing, you need to swipe through your phone and find Laura L. She's got a beautiful picture up on her phone right now.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Miss Laura, for grabbing that.
You're welcome. I'm distracted, that's why.
Yeah, that was the first listing I took with Keller Williams finally closed. And that was back almost a year ago. That's how difficult sometimes these things are. And 4 contracts later and 2 listing agreements, we finally got the thing recorded and into new ownership. Thank you, Miss Laura. She grabbed the lockbox for me because she's an hour closer than I am. I like that. So be present. If you're going to be distracted, you're doing yourself a disservice, especially if you're having a one-on-one with somebody, because you're not lost in the gallery. All the participants on a Zoom will blind you out. But I will tell you that if you're going to have any kind of good rapport with somebody, you're going to have a good relationship based on a digital presence. It needs to start off a face-to-face. Does this have the same impact as actually seeing me talk to you? No,
because we like seeing your expressions.
No, this right here, this is single monotone. It's one direction. It's one dimensional. There is nothing more than a face, non-moving. It's extremely hard to build rapport in that manner. So if you're on a call like this, be on a camera. Even if you're listening in the background, just having your camera on will actually make you more engaged. Like Susan's working on something in her office, and I appreciate that. But when she hits something that she's like, you can see her head nod. You're like, okay, she gets it. She's listening. May not be able to engage fully, but she's listening. She hears something, and then it allows them to participate better. If you're having a client interaction and you see them trail off, Ask them if there's a better time for you guys to have that conversation. Don't be afraid to push that out. Is it the key still in there?
Yeah. What do you want me to do?
Well,
Leave it under the mat?
knock on the door. No one's
All
there.
right.
Leave it on the mat.
Okay.
I will tell the agent. He said he got the keys earlier today, so. But that could be one thing. So be present, participate. But how you show up is important too, right? Notice the lighting. Notice the angles. Now you can see, I see people fidgeting with their phones and fidgeting with their cameras. And what does he mean lighting and angles? Is he talking about me? So like this, watch. Notice the shadowing. It actually hides some of the expressions. And it's not everyone needs, you don't have to have a huge setup like what am I looking for? A studio. You guys want to see what mine looks like? Yeah, you guys are ready for something fun. Check it out. You have an acoustic liner to keep from echoing, acoustics on the floor, shop lights pointed at a white wall so that the light reflects, because there's a window right here that throws a bad shadow on my face. And they're set up on wood blocks that I made in the garage.
I saw that when you did the video. Funny.
But you notice how it makes a complete difference, because right here is my background distracting to you.
A little bit, yep.
Very much so. Yeah, because you have a super colorful, you're like, okay, what the hell is that on the back? You know, what is it? Is it tapestry? Is it artwork? The oscillating fan, you see a color differential. It's very distracting. You're like, okay, what's going on here? You know, we got to put the lighting back in place. And then I can do that, and I can actually quiet down the space quite a bit. You see what it does? You see how
Big Dan,
it adds a different element to you.
when you're in, like, when we see those different things, do you see yourself on your screen with that background now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And does it calm your mind?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Because I can tell you that when my dog walks in the room, I can hear him, but I don't see him. When my son walks in and the door's right there, I don't see him, but I can hear him. But I'm not visually taken. You don't see my eyes move and dart. So how you show up is important. It's not just, you know, having a great camera or having a perfect studio and a green screen and all this stuff like that. Really, it could just be how you set up. If you happen to have a desk that's in front of a window, natural light will be on your face. If your window is behind you, it'll cast a shadow on your face and you need to turn around. If the light's on one side, it's going to shadow the other side, then get another light. The importance is dress still important? I love how Angela said that. She said that she gets up in the morning and she, just like she was going to the office, makeup, hair, clothes, name tag. I'm sorry, my name tag's right there. I should have it on, but I don't. This is an internal call. Y'all know who I am. Not saying you need to show up to these calls being super professional. It's only going to help if the way you practice is the way you play. I'm not going to lie to you. 2 minutes before this call started, I went and got this shirt and put it back on because I had a t-shirt on. I had to wear this shirt so I could make that point. So, what are some other ways that we can help build trust and show that we're a trustworthy advocate for our clients in a digital space? I just did it. Move.
Body language.
Mirror them. Show body language. If you can frame yourself a little bit better, it's a whole lot better than a talking head. My dog's licking my hands. It's weird. So talking heads, there's no emotion, you know? There's no moving around. You're moving your head and stuff like this, but it's actually, they call it talking heads. This is the first YouTube videos were all just talking heads.
Oh, as a talking head, I have a question for everybody else out there. If you would just just everybody could tell me, not everybody, but like, what kind of stands are you using? Because I'm using my hand and obviously it's just everywhere. So it's a real simple question. Like, what kind, does anybody have like one of those 3 things? Do I just need to put my phone down? Jesse would be so mad if I'm asking this question because he's probably thinking, I've got a gazillion solutions, but what do you guys use?
I'm on my computer.
You have your computer, Doreen? Thank you. Okay, computer. And it looks good, just like Dan, like it keeps you still. Okay. Anybody else on their phone?
If I use my phone, I have a stand.
Oh, cool. What's the back connect to? Where do you
It just,
you set
like,
it up like this?
on the table like that, yeah.
All right.
You know how you can
I
tell
can make
somebody's on a
something
phone
like
now?
that out of origami. Okay.
You know how you can tell if somebody's on a phone or on a computer?
The size of the screen?
Yeah.
I'm going to go and check and see. Oh, cool. Interesting. Never paid attention to that. Susan's on a computer.
Nope. I'm on my phone. I just have it leaning against the wall.
Big Dan switching over.
Know how it's that way?
Okay. All right. Getting some good tips.
What it does is it doesn't fill in the whole screen.
Okay. Like top and bottom and stuff.
You can see it here where there's a gap.
Laura, we have a few phone stands at home. Okay. Good to know. This little tip is actually, I've been wondering about that. So I'm just going to find a way to put my little table and just do something new. Maybe you'll see it next time.
So the way you're having your phone, your camera, the angles, the setup and all that are super important. If you have a call with multiple people, try to be on a laptop or something so that you can have the participation view.
Okay.
Speaker view versus gallery view. Speaker view is what the phone defaults with, and you're going to see just the person talking with the little heads above it. Gallery view allows you, and you guys saw my screen where it had a big grid, so I can see everyone in the grid.
Look, I just made an improvement right there, and I'm going to try it on the computer. Zip it.
Oh. Another thing is when you're doing it, you want to show some action. So like, you don't want to box yourself in tightly. This way you can have some interaction. One way to do it, a little Zoom etiquette is keep your hands, if you're doing a background, keep your hands in front of your body when you're explaining things. Because notice how my hands aren't glitching. Notice how my hands are. But if you keep them in front of your body, the camera doesn't know to try to backfill. You know how it instantly goes out and it gets all weird. But that if you do this, you'll see me talk. I have my hands up. I'll put my arms up and I'll explain things and I'll bring it out in front of me. But it allows you to have a better interaction. But that's one thing you can do to help build trust is to mirror somebody's body language. If somebody's on a Zoom call with you and they're right here, hey guys, I don't recommend that you do the same thing. You just keep yourself very neutral, arms at your sides and stuff like that. If they say the same phrases and terms like, ooh, hot dog, then you should start saying the same thing. Yes way, Laura, yes way. Because if you can't mirror them physically, you can mirror them vocally.
Yes, and I agree with that. And actually, I think it's not a good habit because sometimes I will, I don't know, start mimicking them. Not negatively, but
You catch their accent.
I catch, yeah, accent, yes, and slowness. If they talk real slow, I talk slower.
That's
So
good though, isn't it, Big Dan? If someone's talking slowly, that you would talk slowly back.
I would. Absolutely. I may not elongate my words. Notice how it doesn't sound right. But what I would do is increase my strategic pauses so that my statements look like they took longer, and I dropped my octave and slowed my voice. Years of vocal coaching will never teach you the way to mimic people like a little kid will. Seriously.
The first time I met Jay, I felt really overwhelmed because his energy was so high and he was coming at me with so much information. Like it was hard for me to process.
And Jay now has been able to release that training and slow his energy down a little bit because you can overwhelm somebody. I know for a fact that I'm overwhelming. I know for a fact that I'm over the top sometimes. Like hell, Laura and I talked for 20 minutes this afternoon and she called me for a simple question, but I just happened to be in a mood and I ranted for 18 minutes after answering her question. That's just how my energy goes though. Had she been in a, oh, okay, I probably wouldn't have been that way. But she was playful and had fun and I made her laugh and we talked shit about her client, whatever. Kidding. We didn't talk shit. Recording, we didn't talk shit. Kidding. But yeah, like mirroring doesn't have to be just physical. It's definitely cadence. It's definitely energy. If somebody's super high energy, like Stephanie, oh my God, it's Stephanie. I love you guys. You're amazing. High five. And then the other person is, Robin. Like there's definitely an energy gap there that we need to bring in. So mirroring is a key point when you're having a conversation with somebody over Zoom. Now, if you see them do this, what are they doing?
Taking notes.
Taking notes. What should you do in that situation?
Give them time.
Slow down.
Slow down. Repeat. Repeat. Ask if, hey, do you need me to repeat anything? Let me know.
or I ask if there's something that do I need to go over again in the event that you didn't catch something, or and I always ask, you're taking notes, but what are you taking notes on? Whether or not it being, depending on the conversation, right? I'm not gonna be like, what are you writing down, but it's one of those things that I always inquire because I want to make sure that they did get all the information.
One thing I'll do, because I know that sometimes I get excited and I talk fast, and I want to know what you guys do in this situation. This is a mastermind, so it's everyone's input. Is one thing I'll do is I'll tell them, I apologize ahead of time. Sometimes I do get excited and I talk a little fast. At any point you need me to repeat something and go over it again, let me know. I want to make sure that you have all the information you need to make a well-informed decision. And Ignite's coming up on Monday, guys. I teach the first class. You better have a seatbelt.
Do we still need to sign up for that? Because I think I already signed up for it. I just don't know if I did.
If you don't know, yeah, I don't know. I don't have the roster. That's Kayla. If you want to email Kayla.
Well, I responded to your message that you sent out about Ignite.
Okay.
Okay. I'll email Kayla.
Did you get an email today about the binders being done?
No, so that tells me I didn't.
All the people that, yeah. Email Heather and ask her to sign you up.
Done. Already done.
Already done.
Already done.
And I did have a question. I tried to look for the Command DocuSign thing we did yesterday. Where is that?
I
That
don't think it's online.
recording?
I don't believe it's
It's
online.
not online.
It takes 2 days. Sorry, I'm gonna jump in. I was
Oh,
looking for it too, because I got in on the last half hour, but they ended sooner.
Right.
But I went out there too, and it takes about 2 days. So I noticed a rhythm to that. It's every 2 days. It looks like they post it.
Okay. And then where is that? Where would that be?
I
On
went
the
to
KWS YouTube?
Yeah, I went to Keller Williams, Southern Arizona YouTube.
One
Oh,
KWS.
so all spelled out.
If we can get 100 people to follow that or to subscribe to our channel, I can get the name changed to 1kwsa.com. But for some reason, YouTube's like, you don't have enough followers, you can't have a custom name. So go out there, follow it. The new videos post up, you'll see them all the time.
I can go follow it from different email addresses if that helps.
Ooh, yeah. I can do 6 of them. 6 followers right here.
I have 3 different Gmail accounts, so.
So
You are not the only one.
I think we all do. It's not always
That's
on what
fine.
Katie say right away, but she uploads them to the YouTube, and then our admin staff, her name is Jen, uploads the YouTube video to the 1KWSA website. But YouTube has all of them, and I like YouTube better. How's Miss Tess? We haven't
So
seen
at
you.
some point they might be on,
Go ahead. At some point, you might be on what?
at some point they'll be on 1KWSA also. They'll be on 1KWASA 1. Yeah, okay. And then the Ignite, because I won't be there Monday morning. So I have to watch it Monday afternoon.
And that will not be listed
Will
online.
I be able to do that?
We will be sending out those links to you directly. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not going to be posted up on the YouTube where you can find it. That would kind of nullify the whole point of being in the class.
Okay. That's a good point.
But no, it'll be good for you to get started. Just and join in where you can. We understand that you have a life and it's
Okay.
not always easy to move things around. All right.
Yes, I'm working on changing it, but
It's good. Work on your schedules. What's another thing we can do to help foster, a rhythm of trust on a digital empire? Robin's doing a really good job of it right now.
My brother is outside the window making faces at me, but I'm smiling. I think to smile helps people to trust you. And
100%. I can tell you when I'm confused and don't know what's going on in a Zoom call, you know what I do? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Depending on who they are or how their body language is, I always throw them an air hug.
And this is how you build relationships. But I want you guys to be comfortable having engagements, because I've talked to so many agents that are like, I haven't been on that many appointments because, this whole COVID thing, and it's really difficult right now to have conversations, and I just feel weird meeting over the internet and not in person. I'm sorry, not a single thing of that was a valid excuse. It was just a bunch of reasons that you can't do your job. We can have reasons or results, right? Not both. If you guys are starving, you're dead hungry, and you go to the fridge, and the fridge only has 2 ingredients, regardless of what they are you going to find a way to cook it? Are you going to find a way to eat it? You're going to find a way, right? One's a coconut, and the other one's a onion. I don't know.
yep.
Right? Yeah.
Fry it up to onion ring, coconut onion rings. There you go.
There
Voila.
you go, right? It's not ideal. It's not ideal. We just got to make the most of it. You guys love my analogies, don't you? This is welcome to the mind of a madman.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
Is that okay? Thank you. Let's see. My question is pretty simple, but could take some explanation if anybody else wanted to pop in and answer. Okay, when you guys do your like DT, D2, it's phone calls, that's called lead gen every day. Has anybody been doing more like like video Zoom calls? Is my question. I've never done it, just like zoomed in somebody, but do you do that? And yeah, that's my question.
iPhone users have been doing it for years. We call it FaceTime.
What? No, I know what that is, and I still want to ask my
Renee's
question.
phone for sure.
Say that again.
So that made Renee laugh. I happen to know that your husband is very much against Apple products. So.
That's why I laughed.
Oh, Renee. Well, guys, I still want to question to you because it's not that I have never used FaceTime, and actually I use that really like with the people that I'm super informal with, you know, like my sister, my babysitter kind of thing. They call me and they're like Zooming and FaceTiming or whatever. There's FaceTiming. So I'm just asking from a more professional call, like lead gen perspective. Have you sat down like Big Dan is right in front of your computer and made like pop in like they can see your whole head when you call? I just wanted to know, has anybody tried that?
Don't you have to have an invitation email or something in order to activate that Zoom interface? So
Yeah.
You've already had to make one contact in order to set up the Zoom call. So it's redundant because if they say no, then you can't do it.
One thing you can do if you want to do that, Stephanie, is put a Zoom room together for yourself, set it up, and then put the link on Facebook. Hey guys, I'm hanging out in my Zoom room. Come join me. Come say hi. Facebook has actually started doing. Wow. You can do that too. They're called rooms. Weird.
Yeah.
And you can put people in rooms, and you guys can have conversations on Facebook Live.
Okay. I think I didn't quite understand. I didn't see the name. Oh, Miss Tess, thank you for answering. And I understand that whole link kind of thing. So, but what my idea is, and I might just try this out with 3 people, maybe I'll set my phone up like I have right here, do a FaceTime, call a lead gen person. It's just to try something, but they might see my face right there instead of knowing that I'm really present with my phone call. Just gonna give it a try. You guys, this mastermind, I'm getting something out of it. Appreciate it.
I like it. How can we take what others are doing and talking about them, apply them to our own businesses and help us be more successful? That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, and when you set up Zoom, you can you have like a personal meeting ID, so you can technically use the same meeting number for everything.
Good to know. I will have to look into that to understand what that means, Renee. Thank you.
You basically get assigned a number, and you can either set up meetings using a random generated number, or you can use that number. But if you use that number, it'll stay consistent. It's just more so easier than anything if you have the same number every time.
Like I subscribe to like four different ministries that I meet with Bible studies and whatnot. And because they're already in my queue, all I have to do is hit them as a drop down and I'm in. But I had to set that up.
Yeah, setting it up from like the, I guess, consumer end is different than like if you're initiating it though.
Yeah.
I like it. What else you got? What else you got? How about you, Frank? I know you're using Zoom a lot for work, not so much for real estate yet.
Yeah, pretty familiar with it, but yeah, we use Hangouts, pretty much the same thing.
Google Hangouts?
Yeah, Google Hangouts. You just generate a invite, and you create a room or whatever, and people join and same thing, you know, I'm in a meeting, whoever's in charge of the meeting, and you could share screens and stuff like that. So I don't know. I think, can you do that with Zoom? I'm not sure. Yeah. Yeah. So pretty much the same.
So one of the hardest things for Zoom environments, guys, and it's the staying engaged for long periods of time. I think that's why it's created a situation where we can have shorter interactions and be more impactful. We can get to the point, we can build rapport faster, because nobody likes to be on a Zoom call all day. Nobody. Not even David Jones.
I can say, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Tess.
I thought there was a lapse there. I also have some meetings that I handle with Hangouts, but the thing that I dislike about it is that you can't see the gallery view of everybody at one time. That's the beauty of, and I think Google Meets does the gallery view, don't they?
It does,
But
yeah.
that Hangouts doesn't.
Correct.
And it's very frustrating to go back and forth between, yeah, it's very frustrating. I like seeing everybody's faces.
Having the gallery view is a whole lot better for you than just the speaker view, because you get a lot more out of it.
Yeah.
And especially if you're on a cell phone, if you guys can migrate back to a computer somewhere, it's just going to make your experiences better with your clients and yourselves. But what's one other thing we can do?
Figure out why this silly MLS system is so convoluted.
Can't help you there, Tess. It was designed the government.
I got finally this afternoon at 4, I got an email back from TAR, MLS SAZ, saying I had to get a letter from WeServe that I was a member in good standing. So I sent everything to WeServe and I said, why couldn't I find this on your site so that I didn't have to go through TAR? They haven't answered me back yet.
That's okay. You just got to call them again and again and again and again. Again.
What am I paying for?
Exactly. Access. The whole world's not Keller Williams agents, guys. The rest of the world has probably forgotten what customer service meant. I'm sorry. This is our time to shine. This is our time to create a better engagement. This is our time to give experiences worth giving.
Which is why I'm trying to do what I'm doing, and it's holding me up, but that's okay. I'm used to being held up.
You'll persevere. There's one thing I know about you.
Absolutely. That's all I know how to do. Sorry, I'm knitting.
Tess, if you have questions once you do get access, let me know. I'd be more than happy to like Zoom with you to help walk you through it, because I've done a lot of stuff in Flex MLS.
Yes, and thank you everybody for sending me the listings that you had through your thing, because I had no idea how to. Yeah, I'm still navigating things.
That's what happens. You join the productivity grouping. You get all these agents willing to help you out. It's weird. So y'all like care about each other or something. This is strange. And half of y'all didn't even know who each other were 6 months ago.
I didn't.
I mean, hell, I didn't know who Amber was, and I was fixing a toilet for her. She was off somewhere on a boat having a margarita, eating a grilled cheese sandwich. I was fixing
like beer and chips.
A crazy lady that sat on the couch watching TV on a 5-inch TV.
Hey.
She gone. Yeah, I appreciate you guys all. One thing you can do when you're helping build rapport with somebody is to break the tension, laughter, get them joking, the levity, ask questions, be interested in them. Don't be so quick to get to the dinner. Enjoy the appetizers. It doesn't take much. It's real simple. Hey, Miss Susan, how's your day been? Haven't seen you in a while. How you living? That's awesome. I'm really jealous you got my old office. I missed that green screen. It was super easy for me to do Zoom videos. No, I don't. I do it from my spare bedroom. And I put a random ass tapestry on the wall.
Do you have your desk?
I got one from my dad.
Oh.
And I put 4x4s underneath it so it was tall enough. We see how you just have a conversation real quick, it's just real levity. Something that engaged about their background. Like Stephanie's, that picture of someone on her wall.
Whenever when I go to listing appointments, that's the first thing when I'm looking at their house. I try to find something I have in common. And when you have something in common, they remember you. It's not just selling their house. It's, oh yeah, well, we have interests, the same interests. So regardless of, I don't know, I saw a baseball picture, or I saw a NASCAR picture, or I saw, I don't know, just stuff. And it makes me have a story that they can relate, or, you know, have something to talk about.
Yeah. I love the word that she said, their story. Have a story. People, you've heard me say that before, right? Facts tell, stories sell. Hi, Ezra. He's a baby.
I miss hugs. I miss giving people hugs.
I give hugs all the time.
Well, I do from my son.
So that's the thing, is start telling stories. You know, when you have a situation like I said, you know, hey, I'm really not ready to list my house. I'm kind of concerned about people coming in. Hey, don't worry about that. We'll take care of it. We can do digital showings. I've got a photographer that'll do a 3D walkthrough and a floor plan for your house. And it's actually been helpful because I had a client from California that put an offer on a house and paid cash for it, just simply by doing the 3D walkthrough and seeing the layout and knowing exactly how big the house was. They felt confident buying it sight unseen. Oh, really? Now you all have a story about that.
That was how I got my first rental, was I did a walkthrough FaceTime with her. So, and they're looking to buy probably in December, so.
There you go. Same thing, just, you know, anchor back to stories. And they don't have to be just yours. Oh, don't worry about that. We've got an agent in the office that had someone in California buy a $2 million house sight unseen because of the virtual walkthrough, just doing some FaceTime videos. I don't have to have people coming in and out of your house to buy it. What I do have is just your blessing to get your house sold, and I'll make it the most money I can. I'm interested.
Okay, so I may misunderstand things, but I do have a question. So I just saw a post on one of the lab coat agents site, and it was Zillow has now started approving or getting ready to approve self walkthroughs. And so how are we to protect people who may want to go through if somebody has walked through without the proper safety protocols?
Zillow's walkthroughs are houses they own. Like Open Door.
Right, but
Zillow cannot approve a walkthrough on a house that's listed by an agent or owned by someone else.
so I'm not, as a KW agent, if I have a buyer for that house, I can't show them that house?
You can show them that house.
Well, then that's what I'm saying. How would I protect my buyer?
The walkthroughs don't.
Huh?
Having
the walkthrough.
Go ahead.
Bring your wipes.
But you're talking about virtual walkthroughs, aren't you?
No, self walkthroughs. That's why there were so many questions. There were so many questions raised in the post. It's like, how are you going to protect the property? How are you going to protect the people who's walking through there? How are you going to know whether it's been cleaned or not cleaned? How do you know whether the stuff that was supposed to be there is still there?
So that's why, as an agent representing a buyer or a seller, it is your fiduciary responsibility to protect not only their financial well-being, but their physical safety as well.
Right. So
Have supplies in your vehicle: booties, gloves, wipes, hand sanitizer, masks, all to show houses that may have been contaminated, that we don't know have been properly cared for, if that is something that your buyers want to entertain. If not, then don't.
well, I know for me, I probably wouldn't go alone. Like not even just me to meet the, the buyer who wants to walk through. I'd ask somebody to go with me in case there's somebody in the house ready to jump me. I'm not a fearful person, but I'm just thinking of all the potential pitfalls in this.
If you
Huh?
thought of it, a criminal has too.
Yeah.
And that's the damn shame behind Open Door and Redfin and these self-led tours, is it creates a situation where it's unsafe for the public. That's
Well,
why, as an agent,
Open Door and stuff like that, I knew that, well, most of them have been virtual. I don't know how many of them have been self, but this one sort of caught my eye because it was in person. And I was like, what? How can you even do that?
well,
If they're owned by Zillow, they won't be on our MLS, will they?
yes,
They will or won't?
they
There's
will.
still a listing, right?
Oh, okay. I didn't
There's
know if
not a
they'd be
whole
on
lot
our
in this
MLS.
market right now. If you guys actually notice, there's not a whole lot of Open Door on this market right now either.
No.
I haven't seen any.
Like my great granddaddy said at the top of his pulpit, GTFO. Open Door, GTFO. Look it up, Amber. She looked confused. It's an acronym. I'm not going to say it.
Okay, gotcha.
GTFO.
Well, I know there were 3 Open Door signs in this neighborhood and the 2 over sort of adjacent, and they're all 3 gone.
Yeah. Goodbye. Go home. Not welcome here. This is the land of KW, where the agents rule and we take care of people the right way. Guys, remember that. You take care of people. You are highly compensated because you are highly skilled and your craft is highly needed. You cannot be replaced by a computer as long as we are doing the jobs that we need to do to create trust in the community, to have better bonds than an app, and to follow up and create relationships that last forever. Every one of your clients goes on Zillow. Every one of them. Without a doubt. They go on Zillow and then they call you. You know what's important about that? They call you. Zillow's trying to keep that from happening. Zillow's trying to put you on the other side of them and your friends. So we need to do a better job of having relationships with them, and that starts with having the ability to create, foster, and grow better relationships, even if it's purely digital. Stephanie said it earlier, and I love this. She said, doing videos. It doesn't have to be a video right then and there, like a video conversation with them. But didn't we talk about sending out videos about a month ago or something like that?
Yeah, 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago? How'd that work, Robin?
My video got more attention than I've ever gotten for any Facebook post ever.
Really?
Have you guys ever heard of something called TikTok?
I won't use them.
No. Put your biases aside. I want to prove something. It is a 100% video-based communication system, and it is vastly outgrowing the competition and soon hedging on the same performances as Facebook, because it's a quicker, more efficient, and easier managed platform for communication. Because 1, I get to see your face. 2, I get to see some fun things in the background. And 3, it doesn't take that long. So if we can have the same kind of communication patterns with our friends, families, coworkers, potential clients, leads, and or any other entity that might be in the area of doing business with us in the future, what do you think is better? A voicemail. Thank you for, this is Big Dan Caldwell, Keller Williams, Southern Arizona. I want to say thank you for the opportunity to sell you a house. And I hope that we can connect in the near future and that you're actually listening to the rest of this voicemail, because I'm pretty sure you hung up 15 seconds ago as soon as you heard Keller Williams. So thanks again. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Versus a video saying, hey, George, thank you so much for checking out my website. I really hope that you liked the house that you saw. What questions can I answer for you couldn't see in the pictures listed? Give me a call back. My number's right here, 520-250-5748. I look forward to talking to you soon. Have a blessed day. We'll talk soon. Are they going to watch that whole video?
Yeah.
Yeah, Frank comes from a little bit of the car business. I think he's heard me talk about stuff like this before.
Yep.
It works, guys. So like Stephanie said, can you send a video for lead gen? You can. Simple video. Simple video. You guys ready? Here's some scripting for you. Hey, blank. You can say friend, coworker, family member. Hey, guy. Hey, girl. What's up, yo? Anything you want to say. My name is blank. Blank. Because my name may not be your name. Have to go, Amber. Enjoy dinner. But you want to say that, introduce yourself with Keller Williams, Southern Arizona. Not Keller Williams, not Keller Williams Realty. Keller Williams, Southern Arizona. And I want to take a moment of your time, if you'll have, and let you know that I was thinking about you.
Where would you put that video? On the tech?
I send it out on Facebook. The only difference is mine's a high-pitched version of me saying happy birthday to somebody. It gives me a reason to send them a message. Susan's gotten them. I mean, hell, at one point you guys all will. Sorry. I mean, shit, Laura got one last week. Or was it this week? This week? I make new videos every couple of days. I'm like,
if you're working with, and even just pictures or videos, both. I've done both with the buyers that we just closed on. So, and they were very appreciative of it.
If you want to create better engagements with people, have better communication. How do we build trust in a digital era? By being real. By smiling. By mirroring. By being engaged. By being present. All of these things that you guys have brought up. Is that going to help you make a better interaction with a potential client? Help you forge a better relationship with an existing client? And help you hedge out more referrals from those that have already done business with you, that already like you, that already trust you, and that already know you give world-class experiences? Stop relying on old techniques. We are a people-first business. Text messages, emails, voicemails should point in the direction of you. If you can drop a short little video, drop a short little video. God, I would love somebody to send me a video just hey, thinking about you. How's life? Give me a call. Talk to you soon. Bye. I'm going to call that person.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I don't answer my phone, which is rare, and they get to my voicemail, I'm not listening to it. I can tell you right now. Let's go to my voicemails. It's almost full. And I have no idea what any of them say.
Good to know.
Because if it doesn't put it into text format,
That's me.
I don't listen to it.
Me either. And I don't take calls from numbers that aren't identified, so.
That's the difference. I answer every phone call. I don't care who it is.
I don't.
I do that because right before this call, I got another lead sent to me from out of state that they're coming in on Sunday to buy a house. Friends need some help.
There's a free app second line that I got a second number on my phone just for the real estate side. It's sort of a pain in the neck for freebie right now, but
Google Voice.
that's
Free.
what I have to, yeah, so,
Yeah, but don't you pay for second line though?
No, not the basic,
Oh, okay.
but if you don't want the ads and stuff. But that way I know that it's somebody who's calling relative to the real estate only, and I'll take that one.
Right. I have, mine's 15 years of the same phone number in sales, so I got people calling me all the time for everything. It's different lifestyle. I want you guys to realize that we are in the people business, so we need to find ways of having better interactions with people. And unfortunately, a lot of our interactions are going to be like this, where I don't know what the back of your kitchen looks like, Dory. I don't know what your living room looks like, Robin, and your cat post in the corner.
I love your cat posts.
I do too. This is just because I know these things. But what we do know is that we can put on these facades of, look at my beautiful office. I got 2 orange couches. I have bookshelves. I have beautiful light. It's almost dark outside, so you know I'm clearly in the wrong place. But what it is it's allowing me to be me, and the background's not distracting. The background is neutral. It takes less than a second for somebody to identify in the background what they're going to fixate on.
Okay.
Because once you're done fixating on it, they're looking at you. They're entertaining with you. They're watching your smiles. They're watching your eyes. They're watching your head tilts, your eyebrows. Like, you make them laugh. Like I can have an entire conversation without saying a single word. Right there.
You have a very expressive face.
Lots of training. I can also have a very dead face, one that doesn't show emotion at all.
Poker face.
Called social neutral.
No, it's not good for our neck.
So guys, take some of these things we talked about today and run with it. What's one thing you're going to implement tomorrow when you're interacting with people in a digital space? One takeaway.
Find something in common.
Find something in common. Build common ground. I like it. All right, anything else? 3 more takeaways.
Listen and be interested.
I like it. Be interested.
For me, it would be the setup, like, because it even looks dark here, and maybe some TikTok videos.
Yeah, TikTok, guys. Go watch people do it for a living. Like, seriously, they're impressive how they convey energy over video. But yeah, setup is key. Lighting is good.
I do a TikTok for every open house and showing that I do for the most part.
So, lighting, setup, environment, background. What else? You are on mute, Miss Susan.
Keep eye contact.
Smile.
Smile. Show the world your pearly whites. All right. Enjoy your dog park. Bye, Miss Tess. So, if I could give you one piece of advice to make your life better in whatever you do, and Stephanie said it best, be present. Be engaged. That's all that's going to matter. People can tell when you're genuinely there or not.
And I'm just going to modify that for the purpose of this call and what Big Dan has taught me and taught us. Be present in this digital time, because I'm very present, but I'm very old school, sending out like traditional snail mail and stuff, which is also good and personal. But I'm going to try to move forward to like video or whatever. You know, I see some friends doing it. And I'm just like, you know, like, actually, I'm going to call them. I'm going to call these people and say, like, well, anyways, I'm going to try them myself. So be present in this time. this era.
Be present.
Oof.
Go find some business.
Okay.
Okay, whatever you do, go do something for business. Go find some business. Because I'm not going to pay your bills. Closing deals will pay your bills. Yeah, exactly, Ezra. Time for you to get your license now. You freeloader. Get to work. Awesome, guys. Well, thank you for hanging out with me. It is 7:02, which means it's time for you to go have some family time. Do what you're going to do. Enjoy your evenings. And I'll talk to you guys 8 a.m. Scripts and role play. Let's do something cool.